Hey everybody, how's it going out there? Here we go. You want to do your taxes as an owner-operator, and this is the simplest way to do it by yourself. I use Truckin' Pro Business Manager or the Truckin' Pro software. Either one of them will work. And then I put all my information in there through the year, and then all I got to do is take the numbers from that program and put them right into, I use H&R Block's Tax Cut, but you could use TurboTax or any other tax software program. Okay, so let's start a return, and if you have last year's, you could just import it, and then all you're going to do is put the new numbers in. It'll ask you for your new numbers that you have entered from your last year, so it's going to ask you to fill those blocks in with the new numbers. All right, so it's really fast. I mean, you can get your taxes done in 15 minutes or so once you've done this before. But for the first time, we're going to say 30 minutes to an hour. More like an hour, because you're going to fill out the background worksheets and you go through the interview process. If you just go through the interview process, you fill everything out that way. But we're not going to do that. I'm just going to show you some quick features here and how easy it is. Okay. So your federal return, you click on federal. All right, and you click on forms. All right. So here's the forms, background worksheet, and this. And you fill that out. See, that's what it'd be. You'd fill your name, so forth out. And if you have a spouse, you'd fill their part out with social security numbers and everything. And if you're married and filing jointly, you'd fill that out. You check that box. Okay, so you'd fill that out. And we're going to show all forms because we're owner-operators and we're going to get a 1099. So you have the 1099 miscellaneous, and you're going to come down here and you're going to fill this out. And there's only a few things to fill out on it. You're going to fill out a name. Let's say it's ABC Trucking or whoever you work for. Put their address and everything in there. And then it's going to be in box 7. Okay? And where you're going to get this number from, all right, let me slide this over. Let's say you open up your Truckin' Pro, and you're going to get your report, and you're going to look up last year. Okay, we're going to go January 1st, 2015. And then we're going to do our end date, December 31st. All right. And then we're going to hit profit and loss all. And this is what it's going to show you. All right. You're going to put 172, 325, 59. It should match your 1099 that you get from the company. 172, 325.59. It's going to go to Form 3 because Form 3 says Schedule C. All right, go to the first copy. We're going to close that form. And then we'll let it save it or whatever you want to save it as. Yeah, we'll overwrite. All right, so we close that out just to show you. This will show you what you would owe if you had no deductions left. Okay, so we're opening the forms back up. There's only a few forms you're going to use. All right, you're going to use the vehicle worksheet, and you're going to use your Schedule C. The vehicle worksheet will be down here underneath 4562. And you also have depreciation worksheets. So if you've got computers or anything like that you want to depreciate, you'd use these worksheets here. If you got a workshop, like a pole barn and everything, you park your truck in a workshop, you'd use that, and so forth. If you got a company car that you have using for a company car and you're depreciating it, it would be under the worksheets. All right, so we're going to open up a vehicle worksheet, and I use this for the trucking part. I mean, you can put it all in the Schedule C, but I just do this because it's kind of easy. You briefly describe it. You'd put tractor in here, okay? And it's going to ask you what form to carry it over to. You're going to say Schedule C, copy 1. You're going to come down here, date placed in service. Okay, we're going to say we put it in there on the 1st. And we're going to come down here to the miles. And you're going to get these miles from right here on your Truckin' Pro 99045. All right, so you're going to put 99045. No commuting miles. Total miles 99045. Alright, I went too fast there. 99045. Alright. Right here it's going to ask you how many months. I skipped a step. Sorry, you got to put 12 months in there. So when you put your 99045 in here and your 99045 in your total miles, it's 100% business investment. That's what you need. You need that to say 100. Okay? So you come down here, and this is your insurance and stuff. That's how easy it's going to be. You're going to take your numbers from here and just put them in here. Alright? So if you come over here and you got your insurances, you would add them up. So I got physical damage 5, and the buyback says 52, 30 something, and then you got your auto liability for bobtail, so you're at 57. So you'd put like 57 in there, and if you keep adding these up, but we're just showing a demonstration real quick, so we're just going to say 57, and these numbers aren't going to be totally accurate because we're just showing. If you had any interest and stuff that you paid on your loan, you'd put it here. So if you had 1200, you'd put it there. Right? Okay. So gas, you come over here to truck fuel, and 34, and your diff, so 35,000 plus. So we'll say 35,500. You know, we'd add it up, but like I said, this is just for demonstration. Your registration and everything, come over here, then you'll see your fees. Okay. If you have your base plate 1705, you could put it there. If you want to add in your heavy duty tax with it, you could also do that and say 22. Just say 2250 right here. All right, so you see how easy that is. You just take your numbers from this, put them over here. So if you had repairs from here and they come over here and your repairs were 14,000, you'd put it there. All right. And if you had tires from it was over here, and let's say your tires were 6,000, you'd put them there. All right. Oil, same thing. If you had oil changes and you spent 2,300, you just put it in there like that, and so forth. And tolls, down your tolls, parking, showers, whatever you had. Let's say you had 400, you'd put 400 there. And so far, your total deductions for all this is 67,350. Now, if you lease your vehicle, you would have your lease payment here, right? So if you went over here and you found a lease payment, boom, you can say, okay, it's 34,644. Put it in there. All right. Then you scroll on down. If you didn't have a leased vehicle, you wouldn't do that box. If you're going to depreciate your truck, you put it in here, how much you paid for it. All right, and then you're going to come down here and check the boxes that pertain to you. And when you get down here to this section right here, if you're going to check, you're going to pick a depreciation code, 3, 5 years, so forth. So you're going to pick a 3-year. And then when you pick the 3-year, at the very bottom, and you'll answer these questions here, yes. And if you put no for off-duty use, yes, yes, yes. You come down here, you'll see numbers here. If you depreciate for 3 years, it'd be 15, 16, 17, or a little bit be in the 4th. So when you close that form out, all right, and we're going to say show data for all forms, and you go to your Schedule C. This is where you fill in your business name and everything. And you'll see that your 1099 would be here, already filled in for you. This is your truck expenses. This is the payments already filled in for you from your worksheet. So it just carries everything over. So it's that simple. And it's right there. And when you scroll on down, it's going to show you a profit of 70,000. Okay. And this is the other part that you're going to work with, is just your Schedule C. All right. We'll go back up here. This will have anything, if you have medical and all that, will be on here. When you come down, if you have daycare, if you're a daycare worker and all that, you do that. Here's your meals and entertainment. Now line B says Department of Transportation, hours of service. That's us. All right, so if you have your fog line here and you close this out and you were doing your per diem, which I just put some numbers in here just so you could see, it's 14,278. So you just transpose that over there. It's that simple, 14,278. Let's just say it's kind of large, but you say okay. And then when you do that, it's going to take 80%, and the program automatically docks it down to 11,42222. and then you can see that you'd be at a $58,000 profit. Okay, so you can keep on adding to this. If you have cell phone bills, cable bills, you know, or satellite bills because you have TV in your truck, satellite radio bills and so forth, you'd put them here. So if you had $3,800 worth, you'd put it there. If you go to a lot of places, you get lumpers. You go to contract labor, and if you paid lumpers, you know, $3,500 for the year, you'd put it in there. Supplies, same thing. You'd go back over to your fog line, and you get those numbers off of your your profit and loss sheet. You open that back up, and then you'd put your supplies in here. You know, so if you had $1,200 of supplies, you'd put that in there. If you had travel, you'd put that in there. And if you had some extra repairs and expenses that you didn't have on your trucking part, but it was for your business, you could put them in there. So, you know, if you had $800, you'd put it in there. If you had office expense, if you had office thing at home, did an office expense, that would go here. So if you had $2,200 for office expense, it would go there. Advertising, so forth, insurance, employee benefit, these are all self-explanatory. Legal profession, if you had lawyers and things like that, or you belong to a white and you have the $45, if you pay a fee a year, you could put that in there. All right, so that's what you do. So, you know, if this was like 200, you put that in there. And then when you're all done, you can close this form out, close this out, and it's going to show you what you would have owed or what you owe. And then you would send that money in to the government. You'd print it out, or you could file electronically and send it in. You know, if you have other deductions, of course, that number's going to change. If you have dependents and everything, if you have 3 children, then that's going to go down to almost nothing, because you'll get, you know, your stuff will already be in there for that. All right, so that's that simple and that easy. So it doesn't take hardly any time at all. The most part is going to be the very first time you use it. Like I said, I would get the premium edition or the deluxe edition at least. If you have a corporation, then get the largest edition they have. I think it's the premium, and you can do your corporate taxes the same way. It's got all the forms. All right. So if you go in the forms, I don't know if this basic might even have those forms, but if you get the premium, it's got a work thing, an interview process that takes you right through everything, right? So this has all the forms in it. So basically the basic can do everything you really need. I'm pretty sure they're down here. Let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe they don't include those forms in here. All right, so, you know, if you have a corporation, then you'll want to get the one with the corporate forms in it, which is the premium edition. And then you would fill those out, and then you would go ahead and do your taxes on that same program, because it'll have your other forms too. All right. So there you go. It's that simple. Oh yeah, here they are. It does have them. Here's your K1 partnerships and S corporations. Your forms are already there. Okay, your worksheets and everything. So you could actually do that, print them out on this one too. So once you learn the programs, the next years all you got to do is just buy the simple one. It's really cheap. I got this one for $12. All right, so that's how you do it, and it's really simple, easy to do. Save yourself a lot of money, because all they're going to do is use a program like this anyway. So okay, that's it, guys. Everybody have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you all guys later. See ya.